Shemai Paub, or should I say Shemai Etto. It's me, Sam Hickman, back at it again. This year was a very big year for me. The British Comedy Guide called me sensational. I was called Arshogal Aradelin by BBC Cymru, and I finally found a lip colour that works for me and pops on camera. I toured Sexy Rude Harp Concert and I've written a new show. I've written, produced and workshopped a new show, and we are currently on tour with that, and I would love to take it to the Edinburgh Fringe as part of the Sherman Theatre Edinburgh Fringe partnership.
I've never heard it sound before.
I'm still processing. I did laugh, but I wasn't expecting to be really moved.
There is so much talent uniquely bundled into this just amazing performance.
It was Texas. My parents were incredibly religious. I don't think it affected me at all.
It was fantastic. I really loved it.
Monkey's a 2002 crime detective procedural starring Tony Shalhoub as Adrian. Monkey's not a monk, he's a detective. And with the plucky assistance of his sidekick Sharona, they go around the San Francisco Bay Area solving murders. The only murder he can't solve: who killed his wife?
If you enjoy harp music, funny songs, incredible stories, or none of that, just go.
Honestly, just go. Just go. Don't think about it, just do it.
Brilliant.
It's a real treat.
Everyone else was lying because I invented love.
It's just so good.
We've done 3 work in progress shows, one at the Camden Fringe, one in Cardiff at Porter's, and one at the Bristol Comedy Festival. We've also done a premiere of the show at Leicester Comedy Festival. The show is a theatre show, but we are selling it as a comedy because I just find it resonates much better with a comedy audience. We are currently in the middle of touring the show. Up next, we have the Camden People's Theatre in March. We also have Glasgow International Comedy Festival at the end of March. Then we are in Brighton for the Brighton Fringe at Comedia, followed by a little trip to Droitwich Spa for the Rickmail Comedy Festival. I had such a fabulous time last year and they were such a lovely audience that I'm going back again, and we're finally finishing off with a little show at Chapter Arts Centre. The only feedback you gave us last year was that you wanted a bigger team to take up, and this year, because it's a new show, we've been able to bring in a roster of new creatives. We also have an established media team. We are also bringing in an associate producer who has taken 10 shows up to the Edinburgh Fringe so far, and so this will be her 11th show taking up. It's a fabulous new team. It's a fabulous new show. We are currently on a big tour, and I think it's time you meet the team. The team is made up of some frequent collaborators as well as some fabulous new faces. On board as our associate producer is the incredibly talented June Tuesday. June is a stand-up comedian and comedy producer based in Bristol but originally from Wales. She has taken up so far 10 shows up to the Edinburgh Fringe, and this will be the 11th year she's taken up a show. She's helped so much over the last year getting us programmed into comedy festivals as well as providing insight and guidance on different production aspects. Our director is the wonderfully talented Elliot Aiken. We worked together on a scratch night where I was developing the last 15 minutes of the show, and the direction that he gave and the insight that he gave into the piece was really, really useful in help rounding off the piece and really getting all the meat in at the end. He has co-directed shows at the King's Head Theatre, at Camden People's Theatre, at the Hope Theatre, and was also involved in the recent revival of Stephen Sondheim's The Frogs. 2 of our creative collaborators that I've really enjoyed working with to develop this project is National Poet of Wales, Henan Issa, and Wales Book of the Year nominated author Rachel Dawson. These 2 women have been absolutely wonderful colleagues, being able to bounce ideas off and get unfiltered feedback that has in turn helped shape the show into what it is now. Our media team is made up of the wonderful photographer Rhiann Dixon, graphic designer Laurie Howells, and Alistair Gray as our videographer. Doing it this year in 2026 means that we've been able to apply for the Wales and Edinburgh funding grant, which means that we've been able to apply for access support so we can bring additional members of the team up if needed. The elevator pitch for this show is that it is a comedy harp concert about womanhood, medical transition, childhood trauma, all the hits. It's a non-linear musical that looks at the different aspects of womanhood and how tropes in Western society define and restrict women. We begin with an examination of the Madonna whore complex. We then look at motherhood and family. Then childhood trauma. We briefly break genre to bring a surrealist pageant acceptance speech based around the idea of answering the question, how did you know you were a woman? And finally, we answer the question on everybody's lips, what is a woman and what do we all have in common? And then we finish with a prayer. The central message of the show is that as a queer person, you have the right to a normal life. Anyway, I feel like as queer people, we do a lot of self-policing that just sort of stops us from wanting things that everybody else takes for granted. So it's a non-linear musical, so I wanted the plot and the moral of the story to come out of the realization of our onstage character. And the kind of moral of the show is that you don't have to be a monolith for your community. You don't have to represent every single person under the same demographic as you. I don't need to change the world. Target audience, women 25 to 50 interested in musical theater. Originally, the show was written for the trans community. It was written for the LGBTQIA+ community, focusing specifically on trans women. It's not a fun time to be a trans lady. It's a really rough time. And so I wanted to create a show that would be kind of this fun celebration of kind of trans womanhood, and the idea that people could come and they could see their experiences validated and affirmed on stage. However, what we found during the work in progress performances and the final premiere performance is that women kind of 40 to 60, that kind of like millennial, Gen X, young boomer, really resonate with the show. There's so much in it that is just about the experience of what it is to be a modern world, the expectations of society. And that really, really hits home with a lot of people. And I think it's lovely to have such broad appeal and such a wonderful crossover with something that started as such a niche project. Because we're already on tour, we have a PR strategy and a marketing campaign in progress already. And so for Edinburgh Fringe, we will just be front loading a bunch of interviews, features, listings, and all sorts of things. We are also recording and releasing an EP of all the music. As well as this, I am a semi-finalist for the Musical Comedy Awards, as well as part of the Bristol showcase for the Chortle Hot Shots class of 2026. And so we're trying to kind of generate as much buzz before we even get to the Edinburgh Fringe as physically possible. And we're doing that through the tour. We will have reviews from people who have come to see the show during its tour. We are doing a classic print and digital campaign once we are up there. We are also using our producer contacts as well as my contacts to get me in on guest spots in different cabarets, different comedy shows, all sorts of things. I will also be bringing my small harp to busk with. Print-wise, we are doing the classic flyers and badges, but we are also putting together a zine. And so it's really kind of a very, very comprehensive PR strategy and marketing campaign already. And then being able to add the Sherman's marketing and the Sherman's PR on top of that will really get us, it'll be a lovely sauce to have cooking. Why am I interested in performing at the Edinburgh Fringe? That's a good question. I'm a glutton for punishment. No, I feel like after 2 solid years of touring a show, creating a new show that is specifically for Edinburgh Fringe and for smaller touring venues, I feel like I'm ready, guys. I feel like I'm ready. I feel like we have a phenomenal team. We have a wonderful press run happening. We have all sorts of fabulous things in the works. I have famous pals who are rooting for me. I have a great show. We have funding. This is the year. We have accommodation. This is the year for doing it. And so I think this is the year that if I went up to the Edinburgh Fringe with the Sherman Theatre, it would be the year that I would get the most out of it, and it would do the most for my career, my professional development, and the professional development of the team as well. Why is this opportunity important to you and your development? Good question. Thank you so much for asking. Being able to take up my show, First Woman, as part of the Sherman Theatre and Edinburgh Fringe partnership just means that I can get my career to where it needs to be for this stage in my life. Being able to go up to Edinburgh and take a show that is literally just a showcase of everything that I am able to do. It is this wonderful celebration of not only myself and my community, but also my abilities as a harpist, as a singer, as a comedian, as a theater maker, as a writer, as a producer, and as a team member, as somebody who can lead a team. And I think being able to take up the show and put it on this big platform that the Sherman is going to be able to facilitate for us, and being able to showcase that to venues, to press, to agents, to industry people, to managers, to international artists, and being able to mix and mingle and meet people and network and have a whole month where we are essentially just doing this big parade of Sam. I just think it will really help push me forward, not only artistically, but also professionally. And I think I would do a phenomenal job. And I think, judging by all of the press and all of the wonderful things people have had to say and all of the audience reactions and how ticket sales are going and everything like that, I think there is so much buzz around it and this show and me and this wonderful team, and being able to take all of these fabulous artists and performers and producers and take them up to Edinburgh with me and be able to share this experience with all of them. I think it's just wonderful. And I think it would be a wonderful year to do it. I think this is the year that I'm really, really, really ready for it. And hopefully you agree with me.
This show is poignant and relevant. It says something about what it is to live here, in this time, in this city, in this body.
Oh my God, it's where all of you guys work. Now you may be watching this and thinking, wow, Sam, this sounds fantastic. Do you even need our help? And the answer is yes. I would like the money, the PR, the industry clout, and the venue. Please and thank you. It would really help lend legitimacy. It would make the whole thing worthwhile. And also it would mean that we were a shoo-in for getting our Arts Council Wales funding, which means that we can take a big old team. We can have a lot of money behind it, and we can really make it worth our time. We've come to the end of the video. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope this was worth your time. Well, I know it was because I'm fabulous. But anyway, I think this whole show is just an artist's response to what if you spent 15 years living as a woman completely unbothered, and then you woke up one day while you were medically transitioning and feeling a little weird about your body, and you woke up one day and then you were no longer recognized as a woman by the state. And it's kind of like, what does that do to a person? And how do you respond to that? And how do you move forward in the world with all of that knowledge, with all of that context? And I think it's a fabulous show. We have a wonderful team that's helping bringing it to life and pushing it forward on the tour. And I'm really proud of it. I think what the feedback we're getting is really, really wonderful from audience members. It's really resonating with so many people. It's a really topical, it's a really prescient piece of theatre. And I think with the Sherman's help and the Pleasance, I think we could really have a hit on our hands. And I think it would be a fabulous, fabulous opportunity for everybody involved. Anyway, I want to finish with the last song in the show. This is the prayer. I wanted it to, because we look at religious trauma, because we look at childhood spent in Texas in a very conservative evangelical background, I wanted to end with a prayer. We're not praying to like God, we're praying to society. We're praying to everyone bigger than us. And so I thought it'd be fun to end with the last song of the show, because we're kind of asking, what would improve all of our material conditions? What is the one thing that we all have in common that would really, really, really change the world? And so this is the final prayer from First Woman, Sam Hickman. I've been Sam Hickman. This has been my Sherman Theatre Edinburgh Fringe Partnership application video. Thank you so much for joining me. Roll the clip. I think the most important thing that we can do when we come together in spaces like this is, of course, pray. So, if everyone could take the hand of the person next to them. It's cold and flu season, so only if they're clean. Really think about that, guys. And if we could all bow our heads and close our eyes, I will lead us in a closing prayer for my section. There is no time left for regretting. So we must make the most of what we have. To all the people out in the darkness, I say this prayer, a song on your behalf. I pray for peace. I pray for mercy from a world that makes existing oh so hard. I pray for justice. I pray for salvation. I pray that love will come and find you as you are. I sing this prayer for all of you that one day will be free. I also want
just like